One.
This is our box pleat example. So we're going to start with just a piece of copy paper, and we're going to do lines just with pencil, starting at the 1.5 inch mark here, and then we're going to draw lines every inch after that until you have 4 lines total. Then you're going to skip 2 inches, and my ruler is 2 inches wide, so I'm just going to use that to draw my next line. And then I'm going to draw 3 more every inch apart after that, and that will complete our pattern for our 2 box pleats that we're doing. Then I'm going to take my fabric, I'm going to put it under this time to make it easier. For this example, we're going to do 2 box pleats. So I'm just going to take a piece of copy paper and label it at the top, and then I'm going to draw lines across for where my pleats are going to be folded. And so I'm going to start at the 1.5 inch mark over on this side, and then I'm going to make 4 lines total on this left side, 1 inch apart. Then I'm going to skip 2 inches. And then I'm going to do 1 inch apart again on this side until I have 4 lines over here. And then I'm going to label these lines as either fold or placement lines. And so this first line is going to be a placement line. And then the next one's going to be a fold line. And then this one will be a fold, so I'm just going to write F, and then P, and then the same thing repeated down here, P, F, F, P. So these are going to be the placement lines, and these get folded to those lines. So we're going to fold here and here, and go that way with them. And then I'm going to take a piece of fabric, and cut it the same size as my paper. And I'm just going to cut little slits where these lines are, and that will easily mark my fabric instead of having to trace all these lines. Just make little snips. Don't go more than about 1/4 inch. If you go beyond where you're sewing your line at 5/8 or 1/2 inch, then you're going to have little tiny holes at the top of these. So you have to be careful. But you do want to make sure you cut enough so where you can see them. So I'm going to continue doing that on the other side, and then I'm going to take this over to the iron. Okay, so now I'm going to press my pleats into my fabric here, and I'm going to use my little pattern I made for reference. I'm going to take these 2 lines, second and third, and make folds and fold them out to the placement lines. So I'm going to match up this line and make a crease. I'm going to go ahead and make this other crease. Being careful not to iron out the side that I just pressed. Okay, so now this line goes to my next set of notches here, and then this one goes to the first one. You can do one at a time, of course. It's probably easier. So there's one box pleat, and then we're going to do the exact same thing at the other end. Crease. Crease. and then place them where the placement line notches are. And so if you've done it right, then they're supposed to touch on the back. So these are box pleats, and I'm going to go pin them and sew them down. Alright, so I have 2 box pleats sticking out here, and I've just pinned them into place. And now I'm going to sew a 5/8 inch seam, back stitch at one side and the other, so it stays in place. Take these out as I go, and make sure that your pleats stay down straight as you're sewing them. It's easy for them to get a little going in funny directions. Clip your threads, and that's it for this example. You're going to have 2 box pleats on this side, and if you flip it over, you see they go in, and so these are what we call inverted pleats on this side, but what we're really going for was the 2 box pleats over here.